Good afternoon, everyone. How is it going? Sorry I'm late. I had some tech issues at the very last minute. I was about to hit go on stream, and then I had some issues like my controller unpairing itself, and I had to remember how to do it because it's a Nintendo Pro controller, but I'm using it on Steam. But yeah, so today we're continuing our playthrough of Hellblade, but this time we're not doing it in VR. So I played it, on Tuesday. I played it in VR. We decided that the only real issue with it was with the cinematics were so small. That was really the only problem with it. So, and kind of because of that, I decided I was going to play the regular version. Wow, that's loud. So I was going to play the regular version, and then just take it up to the point exactly where we left off. So we're exactly where we left off on Tuesday. I might have to turn this down a little bit. Probably about there is fine. Yeah, so this is the normal version. When I was playing this in not VR, playing this version here, I actually found myself starting to miss the VR version a little bit. Because I mean, really, the only issue was the cinematics. I found the other difference was I found that in this version, the lining up puzzles were actually a lot more forgiving than they were in VR, which seems really backwards. Because it felt like those alignment puzzles had to be like 90% on this one, whereas in VR they had to be like 98%. And I just thought, that's a bit absurd, but oh well, It was really the only other complaint I had, cinematics and that. But, so yeah. So we're in the exact same spot we left off. We'd just beaten the what's his name? The crow, the raven boss. So yeah, here we are in not VR. Is VSync off? We're gonna knock some things down just a little bit. I just gotta remember how to play it. But, so yeah, you can see it in all its, not VR glory. It looks pretty much the same, that's the thing. It's like, everything's pretty much, like it was before. I noticed the offset in this seems about the same. So, in the VR version, she's right there in the middle of the screen, but in this, it has the offset automatic, which again, is weird.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive. Shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves.
So yeah, we defeated the two main bosses, so now we can open the gates and get into basically hell. Odd. I noticed there's some visual effects that weren't in the VR version as well, and actually to note on how they actually took special care when making the VR version. If you remember Cert, when we fought him, there's actually a cinematic point where he body slams her, which of course they don't do it in VR because of course that would induce sickness and when she jumps down ledges, it would show the animation to start, and then it would reappear behind her. Whereas in this, the camera follows her all the way down. So they did take many special, a lot of points, took care to make sure it worked in VR. It wasn't just a cheap port. They worked on it, which is highly appreciated.
I wonder, can you see the faces too? They're there, if you look for them.
Yeah, I don't think we saw a face around here, but maybe, yeah. We saw one face in the waterfall. Oh yeah, there's one right there. I didn't even see that one, I guess because we weren't facing it.
Mother. Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you. Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over her. She misses her so much.
Wow, everything quiets down now that the two first gods are gone. Thank you, Phil.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Is it? Sounds a bit quiet on my end, but that might just be me.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. No, don't. She's done it. It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true. searched for control. A way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears. To smother your furies. And banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt. By your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
Volume's very up and down. It's either very quiet or very loud.
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
That's why she carries the head, because the soul is there.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon him to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
So she goes off to the wilds, and they pretty much destroy her village, and her love ends up flayed and displayed like that. And then the soul is in the head, so she takes the head, and she has to bring it to the gods. Imagine watching that cinematic like that, though, like it was before. Gotta remember how to do this.
You're close.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling. is a new road ahead. The only one that makes any sense.
Nice. I'm gonna just shoot something at me. What the hell was that?
Every gate you open into darkness brings another change.
Quickly get up! They're coming! She's hurt! She won't make it. Don't give up.
Ugh. Okay, I think that was a death, I guess? It's weird when it goes blank like that. Okay, he was a tough one.
Stop it!
Oh!
She will die. Stop.
Shit.
Get up! She's going to die. She's hurt. She's injured. She will.
Oh, it's so hard to dodge now.
It's not over. It's not over. Finish this. Finish this. Finish this. He's gone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Ah, damn it. Damn it.
Get up. Get up. She can still do it.
Oh, come on! I couldn't actually move. I was actually locked in place. It wouldn't let me move. Oh, what? I have to fight him again?
Correct, capable warrior.
Okay, what
Remember
the
your
shit? One, why do I have to fight him again? And two, why was that dodge completely ineffective? kind of... Oh, he's staggered. Was...
Slow.
Come on! What? I dodged!
Quickly get up!
I fucking dodged!
She's injured. She's not gonna make it. She's injured. She can still do it. End it. End it now. This is nearly the end. And ignore the pain. It's nearly over. Finish it.
Ah, wrong button.
Defend yourself.
Okay, blocking isn't working anymore.
Quickly get up. It's not over. It's not over. You can do it. Keep going.
Blocking doesn't work anymore. Blocking has actually... The button doesn't work. And then I have to fight this motherfucker again. Scratch my nose. I don't know why blocking starts to stop functioning. Like every time I was... Wait. Oh. Because I was hitting the wrong button. That was my bad. I was hitting the wrong button. Also, my nose continuously itches. Okay, apparently he can... His charge move can go straight into me, so there's zero dodging that.
She's hurt. She won't make it. That's it. Finish this. End it now.
Fuck you. Fuck you! I can't dodge it when he can just charge right into me.
She can still do it. She's hurt. She's injured. She's got her sword. Okay, go. Attack. Behind you. Behind you. Behind you. Keep on. She's weak, she's so weak, they can see her.
That one guy was bullshit though, cause yeah, my bad, I was hitting the wrong button to block. So that's why block wasn't working, but the fact that he would do his charge maneuver, I would dodge, and then he would just turn and go right into me, into my dodge. And then I would be stunned, and then he could get another hit on me, which just was, that was bullshit, so. But yeah, other than that, that was some bullshit there, but.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
That one. Ugh. It was just bullshit though, like the dodge is charge and then he just turn at the last second and nail you, and it's just like, what do you do in that situation? What do you do when a dodge is completely ineffective? Ugh. And then basically the asshole could two-shot you, so it just made it all that much harder. Can't seem to get through here. The door is barred, but I don't see a way around. Is there like a way back that I came? This just takes me back up to the bridge, doesn't it? No, I can't even go that way. Oh, can I go down here? No. No, can't. Can I go up there? No. I'm kind of limited on where I can go here. Is there, something I'm missing? Oh, I can go down here. I didn't see the stairs. Weird effect I'm getting. no idea what that blue aura means. Also, what? Oh. That's okay. I'm not sure why that made sense, but alright. Again, it's one of those games that doesn't, aside from the voices in your head, they don't really, they kind of are not up for really giving you hints on actually how to play. Like, you know, the whole parrying and dodging and all that. It doesn't tell you how to do it. So you just kind of discover this as you go. Guessing I got a line. That up, yeah. Okay, spruce. Honestly, that's pretty spot on. Game, come on now. Or is that a red herring? Are you tricking me? You tricking me and that's not actually it. You alright, guy? It's not tricking me, it's... Okay, I'm gonna go down here. Unlock this door.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Okay, there it is. It just didn't trigger the first time. Got it. Although, when it goes blue like this, I think it means there's like a... It's such a weird effect going on around it. Anyway. Maybe I can go up higher? There's gotta be something back here. Why is it letting... Why can I go back here?
Oh, Senua, Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
It's funny, in VR when we saw the first face, I could actually see the face behind it a lot better than I could in this. It's weird. Yeah, pretty much figure if the game lets me go there, then there's a reason I should go there. It doesn't seem to typically just wander off into nowhere. Nice decorations.
The gate is opening.
Who is it? It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Okay, well the sword's broken now. Are you gonna...
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Is it like her own inner voice? It's her inner demon.
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It's real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Shadow?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows it's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
Also, is the stream juddering a bit? Because I'm... Oh yeah, look at that.
The light.
Sorry if the quality went down there, I didn't notice.
He is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. What's happening? Go towards it.
Looks like... Yeah, hey Dark Omen. Is the quality of the stream really bad? Has it been really bad? Man, I'm noticing processing is it like red. Ooh, am I losing frames right now? Ooh. Has it been like that? I'm sorry if it has been. Let me see if I can drop some stuff here. Keep that high. So we can try turning that back on, I guess. So if we maybe get it back in the green there. Sorry if that, yeah, I didn't. Okay, things look okay now. Yeah, sorry if the quality dropped there. I don't know how long it's even been like that. I didn't even think to look at it, honestly. I just happened to notice it was stuttering on that screen, so. I noticed it went really bad during that cutscene. But anyway, yeah, how you doing? Maybe I should have gone back to using the other PC to stream. Can I go down here? Might have to go down here. Oh. Well, hang on. I can go down here. So I've been knocked off the bridge. I've been cast out. Oh, no. One, she doesn't use her other computer, but I meant the laptop that I used. I should probably start using it. I kind of stopped using it because it wasn't necessary for a lot of things. It seems like it might be coming back in necessary again. Oh yeah, because look, processing drops right there. Why? Huh.
There it is. You're imagining this. It's Dillian. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Yeah, it's going yellow. Well, Death Stranding went yellow a few times. Well, the only reason I actually stopped was I think Death Stranding had real hard time. I have to go back to the other way.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
I did knock things down just a little bit more. Or actually, I think go full screen. Let me fix that. We can see how that works. Oops, almost. See if that process is better. Which, if so, then I can probably boost the graphics back up again. Yeah, that seems to fix it. My screen resolution's just too high. Yeah, seeing a difference. Well, I mean, is it visually okay? Still getting the right frames and everything? It's not like stuttery or anything? Does it look smooth? Three paths? You haven't seen it stutter. I think when it's yellow, it doesn't stutter. It just means it might. And then when it goes red, it definitely stutters. But yeah, it's not going yellow for me anymore. So it's not warning me that I'm going to end up in trouble. Okay, good. So. I remember sometimes, yeah, and I'm getting more frames. Anyway. Sometimes I can't go my full monitor resolution. Otherwise, everything's fine. I'm trapped on something here. I think during that one cutscene, I just saw everything go red, and the preview window started stuttering.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you.
Okay, that's where I'm supposed to go.
It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your head.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
What am I using to monitor? Streamlabs OBS is telling me. It's basically a bar, and it'll tell me if encoding's getting dangerous. I think when it goes yellow, it means it's warning that it's going to start stuttering. If it gets any worse. So it's like, I think yellow means it's approaching its limit. And then when it goes red, I think it means it's hit its limit. So, and it's all green right now, so not getting any more yellow. 1080 it is.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Swordplay under the shade of a tree.
You have to.
She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing,
He's there.
and the world danced with him.
You can see him.
The glue
You have to be
lifted.
Dillian.
For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out in Sigmund's touch. His brother,
I forgot it's locational.
So King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Sigurd captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Oh, just lag in general there. Okay, well I guess that's the door I gotta go through up there, so oh, the tree. Is that what the voices were talking about? Let's go take a look at this door because the symbols are probably all throughout here.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Oh, apparently I have to guess what happens. But I'll never guess. Oh. Doesn't even lead me up to the door. Oh, I can't even get up there right now. This all goes the same way, doesn't it? Maybe?
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Is that where I came from and then the bridge is out now? Or am I just on the back end? Aren't we all on the back end of life?
After day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
can see I lost a couple fights. That has crawled up her arm quite a bit more.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following? She can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew. And dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
I learned it from watching you.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, man. I promise.
Didn't like using the headset? No, I actually, I liked it very much. The only problem with it was, honestly, the cutscenes. The cutscene, the cinematic moments being on that screen and so far away. When I went back and looked at the footage, it was hard enough for you guys to see. It was hard for me to see as well. And I feel like that was the only thing that's the only true negative I had for using the headset. So I thought, in playing this, I actually kind of missed the headset, but I'm glad I get to see the cinematics full up and up close. But I figured we would, since I'm streaming it, make it more visible to play it in not VR, so.
Is it not real? Is it now? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Senua looks like a wreck, though. Is she okay? Ah, she's fine. You know. That's what all of us look like at this time of year. She is basically all of us making it through this damn year. Yeah, well, that's definitely one of the reasons why they made the cinematics the way they did, by making it a screen like that, because that's one of the things that Elite Dangerous is going to do with their new with their new expansion they're coming out with next year, Horizons, where you can actually get out of the ship. So the way they said they're going to do it is when you get out of the ship, it's going to become a screen in front of you. And that supposedly that does help mitigate the motion sickness, but that's what they're going to do, at least on launch. And then maybe later on they'll fix it up better. So yeah, but I mean, the only problem is that the screen was just too damn far away. They should have made an option where you could bring the cinematic screen closer if you want, especially for folks like me who can take that, you know. I've got strong VR legs. It's not gonna... Huh, this isn't lit up. So yeah. The kind of theater screen method is kind of... It was especially kind of an older method of keeping people from getting sick in VR, so... They just needed to bring it closer. It was too far away. And it made it hard to see. So. Possibly spontaneous movement really gets to you. Yeah. And even there was one point where in the beginning where it was slowly panning around her. I could feel it kind of very much in the back of my skull. Like that almost motion sickness. Because the camera was moving me, you know, out of my control. And I could see that for other people being very sick-inducing.
Are being buried alive. Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
So yeah. It's an understandable thing. I mean, this had positive reviews even in VR, but a lot of the negative ones were like, oh yeah, it was vomit-inducing. Just moving around was vomit-inducing, and I'm just like, eh. You gotta have your VR legs for it, so. But yeah, it really made me want to play more games like that. You know, have more games. Okay, I think these are like puzzle bits. To have more games that, you know, play in third person, be able to play them like that, I think it would be really cool. You know, add in just this extra layer of component to do that, you know. Yeah, but it's just the cinematic screen. The cinematic screen being so tiny was the clincher that kind of made it not hit home.
The end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Guessing that's actually what these pieces are we're seeing on these mounds, are like shards of the sword. And since we don't have a sword now... Okay, this is where we go in here and we encounter Darth Vader, and then we find out we're fighting ourselves. So? Or there's just another sword in here.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillion left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shards. Go to the shards.
I kind of like how she looks at the camera, because it adds this kind of layer of... You know, it's almost like she's kind of looking at us, but not entirely.
Go to the shard. Find the shards.
And all the voices and everything.
There it is. Focus. It's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer. What can you see? Go to it. It's not safe.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it.
Well, that and the rotting corpses.
And forces itself onto our friends or loved ones. Then comes the reckoning.
The dead in the air. You can feel the dead. Turn back. Why would you?
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
See, good grammar is important. The sword grammar. Yeah, pretty much anytime there's a path that does not lead you, it goes off in the other direction, there's usually something there. Rarely does it ever lead you just off to a dead end. Which I don't think it's ever left me to a dead end. Yes, I'm gonna go around this way real quick.
Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
Okay, I could see this part being spooky in VR.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian. Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him? Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him? You're going the wrong way. I know I'm going the wrong way. Have you lost him? Where are you?
Herva disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Does this have a story or is it total confusion? I believe it's got a story. I mean, the story is happening. It is a bit strange. I mean, we know she's here to get her... She's here to get Dillian back. And she's got his head because that's the seed of the soul. So, you know, she was instructed to take the soul and bring it to the gods to try to bargain to get him back. I'm gonna go this way because he was kind of insinuating that I go this way, maybe? No. Hard to tell what the right way is in this.
There he is. There he is. Dillian, there he is. Finally.
You found him. What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me?
How did you let him go?
Just wait there. I'll find you.
Could you?
Good thing I came back this way then.
Mission. Find him. You have to use everything you have and find him. Get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could she lose him? How could she? Find him. safe here. She has to keep going. If you go down there, no one can save you. It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
It's good when it can bring out a little bit of humor.
The voice is getting louder. Listen, Dillian.
Okay, that's
Listen, listen, listen.
where do I want to go?
Listen. It's getting louder. There he is. You're getting closer.
Okay, yeah, no, we want to go back this way then.
Follow the voice. You're nearly there. Dillian's voice. It's him.
Can't actually run either.
He's going to save you. Find the voice. Find him. Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find a
Oh, it's
focus. Use your mind. Where's he gone? He's disappeared.
wait, is it repeating?
Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be another way. You don't recognize it. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never
Yeah,
find it.
it
She
repeats.
doesn't. Yes, you do. You know where you are. She doesn't. Listen for his voice. Listen. Dillian, where are you? Listen for his voice. Dillian. She can't hear it.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
I'm of course trying to go the opposite way because there's like extra stuff if you go the opposite way. Seems like the right way to go. Keep trying to go the wrong way here so I can get the... That's the right way. I'll have like a torch in it. Although this does too. Oh, this is also... Oh, I see. This is repeating as well. Is it... That's this room. Oh, I get it. So like that's this room that I'm standing in right now. When I lit this torch, that lit up.
Does everything look the same? Looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue. It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
So if I light this, then that room lights up? Yeah, okay.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian. What's happening? It's not him, it can't be. What's that sound? The voice is changing. That's not
Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
What's in there? What's in there? What is it? A secret room. There are bars.
Is that a guitar?
How do you get in there? How does she get in there? There's no way in. Find a way. There has to be a way. Find a way. There's always a way. Don't stop now. Don't give up now. Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Herver ignores
Nope, I
her
didn't mean to
father's
trigger that.
warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her that the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
Not sure if going back does anything or not. Guess I have to go back.
Light the torch. Light it. Look for the torch. Light it. You. What can you see? It will help you see.
I lit the torch. So this just takes me back into. So then there's the bard room.
Where are we?
She has no idea.
We're going round in circles. You have fallen in. You think that sound is doing the same?
It all looks the same.
Something's different. Look for clues.
What is it?
What's different? There's a clue.
Markings on the shield, perhaps, are different. They look the same.
Let her think.
No.
No, don't let her think.
Space. She doesn't.
No. She doesn't.
Think. Don't listen to them.
She needs us. She needs us to help her.
Think clearly. What do you need to do?
She needs us.
What do you do?
We need to tell her what to do.
Another strategy.
She needs to think. She needs to think.
She needs to think.
Shh. Give her space. Give her space. Let her breathe.
I'm just back here again. I mean, it I appreciate the game trying to let me to find it on my own, but it's honestly not relenting any decent clues. What's different? There's nothing different. The shield has no paint. Oh. Just had to go back a little further.
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him. That voice. It's not Dillian.
Yeah, I'll go toward the red room. Sounds like a great idea.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Because there's a side path here. My pixels shadow differently. That's what I was getting worried it was gonna do to me.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
Oh, we're looking through her
I can
father's
see the
eyes.
darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you.
No.
They will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
This is basically
Come, child, take my hand.
analogous to a
Senua.
controlling father. Abusive father.
Leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer.
You will have blood on your hands.
Yeah, generally her makeup is gone when it's like a flashback sort of thing. So yeah, it's basically like, it's treating it like this is analogous to a controlling parent, you know, saying, you can't go out in the world, I'm the only one that can heal you, I'm the only one that can fix you. If you try to go out, you know, you'll hurt others, sort of thing. You know, you're imperfect, so you need to stay here with me. It's basically he's mentally abusing her.
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Man, could you imagine living in plague times?
Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels...
What is this place?
This place feels... It's creepy. It feels wrong. It feels strange.
The same stuff you tell me every day. That's why I don't leave.
Where are we?
Because only you can fix me.
This is wrong. This has to be wrong. This place stinks. It's disgusting. It smells like death. I can't breathe. Can you smell the death? It's too much. Turn back. There he is. There he is. The light. Go towards it. He's in the house. Find. He's going in. He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
The air
Where's it gone? Keep going.
How do you find it?
It's just a trial. It's just another test. You just have to solve it. And then you will find it.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me.
Almost see.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it.
Hello.
Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. But the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like them.
The bridge. It's broken. Fix it. You have to fix it.
I really like the atmosphere that the voices add. You know, again, it's that psychosis and kind of almost madness sinking in. You just constantly hear these voices, and they kind of become a background, and you almost feel odd when they're not there. Like, you almost feel unsettled when you don't hear the voices, but of course the voices themselves are a bit unsettling. So it kind of really just... That's how it, I see.
The Northmen speak of a death moon.
Hi.
A light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men.
I was having a bad day.
But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Rude. Come on now. For you to be used to them after all these years. Oh, you mean the game?
Up the tower. That's it. You did it. She did. It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle.
Wait, am I just right back here again? Oh, I see.
You found a way to climb the tower. The ladder. Quick. What now?
When I went through one, it
see it.
cleared the way, but then
Aligned to the truth.
that was gone.
The bridge.
I like those. Those are clever mechanics. Okay, so we gotta get the bridge to look like it's together. Not really.
She did it. You fixed the bridge. She fixed it. You passed the trial. Get to the house. You succeeded.
Now imagine if I played that in VR, it would have made me be a lot closer than that. So I said at the start of the stream, one of the differences is that in this game, the lining up puzzles are actually far more forgiving in this version than they were in VR. Like, there were so many times where when I was replaying up to the point where we had left off, that I would do those puzzles and they'd be almost not entirely aligned, and then the game would just say, yeah, it's aligned. But when I did it in VR, it had to be like spot fucking on to get it right. And I was like, that's not fair. But anyway, that one actually had to be pretty close, so. I'm gonna go looking back here first. Oh, can't go back there. Hello, housekeeping.
Senua, come to me. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there? Come out if you are.
Where is he? Find him. You have to find him. The runes. Focus. The runes. Focus the runes.
Dillian!
Too much.
god, do I have something chasing me while I do this?
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Someone move away. Feel it. You'll die. Feel it. You're dying. Run! Run now!
Where's it going? Which way is it going?
It's not safe here. Run! Senua, run! You don't run. Your sword. You came through the wrong door. Where's your sword? Defend yourself. It's Dillian. Find the creature. It's Dillian. Where are we? It's not safe. I feel unsafe. Where is it? I'm not safe. You're dying. You're lost. You're dying. This is what death feels like. What should I do? The light. Go towards it. Focus. 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 Look.
Well, that's easy.
Focus. Two more. Where are they? Where are you? Don't let it see. Don't get lost. Don't let it see. Come on. You'll start to burn. There it is. Move away.
Oh! It just goes right through the walls. Okay.
This is taking too long. Can you hear him? You're lost. You have to find them. Where are they? Where are you? Don't let it see. It is. Go towards it. To find one dozen. Lost. Find the other symbol. You're lost. Let him look at you. Where's Dylan? Where is he?
Back over here in this corner again.
You've got them. Where's the door? Find it again. Get out. Run. Look at you. Don't let it see you. It's coming. Move away. You're lost again. I can't find you.
Turn around. Try to. Whew.
Senua! Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
made me a monster.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this is nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test. You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again. You don't know. It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Isn't that the way of it? The good ones always go first.
You want to see what the mask sees? No, she doesn't. Don't look through it. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay here. I like the way it's safe here. It's calm here. The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Bridge is fixed. Let's cross it. So that's barred on the other side.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Dillion, don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillion. You need Dillion. He's waiting for you. He always said he's close. He cares about you. Feel he's close. He loves you.
Okay, let's drop this bridge.
Dillion. Dillion, we're here. Dillion. We're nearly here.
Guessing I'm probably gonna have to go back through the mask. Like open doors or something. Yeah, this is locked.
Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will.
It did trigger the door, right? It didn't get a...
go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe.
Do you know? Was it worth it?
You're still alive and Dillian's dead.
Does it deserve to be dead? How does that make you feel? Dillian.
There he is.
There he is.
What are you waiting for?
Quick, find a way.
Find him.
Go.
He disappears.
Dillian, don't lose him.
Way too many times.
You always let him disappear.
Dillian, there he is.
Quick.
Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
The dark.
The dark world. The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the glue. And Senna explored new paths into the unknown.
Oh, I see it right there. Gotta go up the stairs, though.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe? I did not ask the mistletoe, Balder's mother confesses. I thought it was too young. Oh dear.
Senua, you've got it.
Why isn't he here?
He's gone.
He's in the dark.
So where the world is full of assholes.
Dark world. So strong.
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of it, really. You know, the good people, you know, die young, and then what's left? You know, just a world full of assholes.
You can't go up
You
there.
can't go up there.
Not in this world.
Not in this.
So we gotta go back out, but we've got the door open now, so... Can I open this door? Yes, I can.
He saw that she was strong. Do you remember the way he touched you?
Just curious if there's like a face or something back here.
Do you think she remembers him? Do you remember the way he looked?
But oh looky, I can't open this now.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe
I need to go
and
out
goes
there.
to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
Just like it strangled him. She thought she had light within her when she left me. She is pure darkness.
Just curious as why I could open this spot. Also, a little bit of misplaced grass right there. You can see it like on the rock.
You kill the things you love with your curse. You kill the things that are most precious to
Sometimes
you.
when the level builders get a little crazy with the brush. Okay, well I've got that open now, so
Everything gets broken in the end. You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
go back through this way, right?
Dillion saved you from them.
That's locked. Okay.
Do you remember the way he touched you?
There's gotta be a benefit. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to just look from outside the door? That's why you have to put this bridge down. Can't get up that way.
You're cursed.
Shutty. Alright, so I have to look at this the right way, but how does one do it? Almost looks like I have to be standing.
You have blood on your hands. You are guilty. You will always be guilty. Was it worth it?
Looks like it ultimately wants me to like. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Just like that.
She listened to her father. She thought she could defy them.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Your curse has claimed Dillion. Oh, Dillion. He didn't know. He was kind. Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillion. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillion, her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
I mean, it even shows an overlay when I'm...
You have no time for this.
I've got it. VR didn't do that.
Trials to distract you. They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you. What if these trials mean nothing? It's laughing at you.
Okay, so we gotta...
Closer to Dillion.
down this bridge.
Letting this get in the way. What if they are just to tire you out, make you weak before the battle? He led you astray. You should have listened to your father when you had the chance. Why didn't you listen to him? This love has tortured you, and it tortures Dillion. Do you know who saved you? What saved you? Yours than alive, Dillion.
Just backwards, I need to look at it from the other side.
He cared in a way that nobody else did.
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
I like it's given a lot of these Norse stories. Okay, we got that door open. no, I cannot go through here. Alright. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Go back to the other side, come through that door.
He saved you. He saved you. That's you. You owe him. His love keeps you strong.
Your courage lightless. She thought she had light within her when she was lonely.
She is pure darkness.
Are they real stories? I believe they are. A lot of them sound very familiar to me. I had some friends that were oh fuck, what'd you call them?
Do you know?
Basically they
Was it
followed
worth it?
Norse
You're
mythology
still
and
alive,
religion. I can't remember what
Does
it's
that to be
fucking
done?
called.
Does that make you feel?
Can't remember. And so of course, you know, I learned a lot from them as well.
You broke him. You killed him.
I can't remember the name of
See
the
darkness
belief.
within you.
I think it starts with a W and I cannot think of what it is. Okay, that should clear that. Alright.
You're cursed.
What if this is pointless?
What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work? You keep seeing runes. You see runes.
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down and turned these bonds to iron and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
Groupies? Not quite groupies.
Dillian cared for her like no one else has.
It was
Dillian's
quite
the only
interesting.
reason she's still alive.
I just wish I could remember what it was. So I'm missing, am I still missing one, or did I get them all?
You have no chance forever. Nobody will love you again. Ever again.
No, I'm still missing, oh yeah, I'm still missing one.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much.
I mean, there were a couple, I will say there were a couple groupies, like some people that proclaimed to follow the belief, but honestly did it because they thought it was cool rather than, you know, something. Here we go, just gotta put that.
What does it feel like to be in love? What if they're all about wasting your time, just minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? She's
okay, I'm coming.
There he is.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
You're going to fall, careful. No, she's not. She's not going to fall. She's strong. She's steady. She can
Yeah, in
do
the
it.
VR
You can do
version,
it.
she never stumbled on these beams. And every time she goes across...
Very careful.
He's T-posing for dominance.
It's a narrow
Hey,
bridge.
Dillian, how big was the fish you caught? That big, huh?
No! No! It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to the... He's gone to the water. He's drowned.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Or would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking
Yeah,
inside.
I killed him. I mocked him.
Every time you remember, it disappears. They're going to take everything. They're not yours anymore. They're going to take everything you have. The memories of ghosts. They belong to the gods, not to you. They're eating you from the inside. They want to kill your soul. They want to crush it. I think they want your body. They want your soul. They want your mind, and they're going to take it. The memories were yours, but
The Northmen say that their Allfather, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well, the Well of Wisdom. In blindness, there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see. Who's there?
Can you hear me? I'm right here. Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts. Tell me what you feel.
A breeze.
Good. Then there is a way out.
I can't tell where it comes from.
Yes, you can.
The others. The voices. They've gone.
I'm still here.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath. Feel it rise and fall. Good. Be aware of everything you hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
I can't go on. Lillian?
Find a way. I'm not leaving you here.
Fire this way. Clever, I like this.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk off a waterfall, probably. Or walk out into the ocean.
Reach the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
I'm so sorry. I thought I left this all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua. My father. He taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the sword. I'm no coward. He proved that to me in the warrior trials. This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't your battle. You don't have to help me.
I want to.
Turn the help away.
Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people like you.
Okay. I'll do my best. I know what you're thinking. He's not really here. It seems there's no escaping the past in this place. And so she's forced to relive it. To what end?
I admit this part might be interesting in VR. Curious how they'd pull the effect.
There's a waterfall. I can't go on this way.
Then look for another way and tell me what you find.
There is a house.
Alright, can you manage stairs without seeing them? Yeah, follow the skulls. Always a good plan.
I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
Dillian. There's something in here.
Do you see it?
No.
Then it cannot see you. Quietly move past it, one step at a time. Keep moving forwards.
Okay, now I'm walking quite blind. Hmm. I'm up against a wall. Huh. Did I die? Yes, I
It's
did.
not following me.
Leave it behind and keep moving forwards.
Okay, but I did. Oh, this way. You said move forward! I moved forward. Okay, not fond of this. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Keep moving, 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 keep moving.
I think I'm in a house. It stinks of death.
The darkness is testing you, but you are in control.
Man, how would they have done this in VR? This is actually...
A well. There's a well.
Well, well, well.
Turn back. You're getting close.
We're gonna Inuyasha this bitch? Yeah, we are.
Delia. Help me.
Oh, I hate this.
Delia. Is that you? I can see a light.
Yes, I can see you too.
She could spend hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
You see me?
Yes.
Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes for me, I have no power over it.
But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
But I heard your voice. You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help. A little hope.
You've done it. The warrior trials. Go get the sword. You did it for the sword. You have to get the sword.
With grammar reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk, a goddess, into the halls of Helheim and challenge Hela as an equal.
So Dillion was helping me. And the sword will lead me to him. Like when we first met.
Ooh. That last trial was rough. That would have been a VR experience. Going through that area with the bodies. Whew. Oh, gimme.
Dillion gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind and become a warrior in Dillion's clan.
Go back. It's not safe.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
So that's her father's
He
voice.
left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
Well, it's basically like a demonic version of her father's
But
voice.
years later, with Zinbel's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance. A plague.
Dillion?
Everyone suffered.
My father was not supposed to die like this.
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. You have blood on your hands.
They're coming for you now.
They're coming.
They're coming to get you. Hold your heavy strike. Hold it. Hold the heavy strike. Hold it. Hold your heavy. Unleash the sword. You must remember, she can focus. It's inside her. It's coming back. End it! End him. End it now. This is nearly the end. She finished him.
Ugh.
Focus.
God, that's always so cheesy.
Focus. Focus now. There's nowhere to run to. There's
In the sea of corpses,
The corpse waved through itself over the ones I loved. The ship broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred. Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
All right.
She's lost. She doesn't know where she's trying to get to.
Hello.
Is there any escape?
How you doing? Senua, nice to meet you. All right.
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look at what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on your father, Zimbo, you turned your back on the gods and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
Separate you two. You again. You fuck me again.
She's injured. She can still do it.
Fuck. Every time. I hate that guy because he can two-shot you. And then you have to do the fight completely over again, which sucks. He's the guy you can't dodge him. He'll like charge you and at the last second turn and... I hate that fucker. I hate that it makes you do the fight over again too.
He's finished. Take him down. Take him down. Get down. She's ready. You ready, Kate? Remember your training. He's come this far.
Bullshit! Come on!
It's not over. It's not over.
Okay, I can't get you if you fucking double team me like this.
He's gone.
Ooh, I hate that fight. Oh, it's not even over.
She needs to focus it back.
Admittedly, it might look a little bit repetitive strictly because I'm hitting the same button combos over and over. But yeah, the combat is quite satisfying.
Who is it? Galena? Mother. Do you recognize her?
Mother! Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua? Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena? She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
Darkness took her life, and it will take yours too. It's taking.
Mother! I need you! Help me!
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the
When
voices.
your dear beloved was powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the only way she knew how. She gave her life to the gods. If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror. It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
He can read. Focus is coming back. Remember the warrior trolls. It's nearly over. Finish it. End it. Why do you want it?
Oh god, there's another one.
Just
You again. Why? Why? Oh my god, there's too many. It's not over. There's not. Where I'm going. Damn it.
End it. End it now. This is nearly the end. Do it. You're close.
Oh, I lose this. I hope I do not have to start the fights frickin' over.
Focus now. Can't do it. He's finished.
Ah. My goodness. Yeah, the combat is satisfying. And the fact that it plays out so well in VR as well is great. It feels good when you get it right. It feels terrible when you get it wrong. Especially in those combat situations, if you lose, you start over.
Why do you still fight on? Maybe you too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas and the rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants, let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who's already dead?
That's bullshit.
Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he'd thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father?
Fuck!
Watch out! She's injured. She can still do it. He's down. Finish it. Finish it. Strike him. She's hurt. There's blood. You got it.
I just hate that big guy with the giant axe, because he can two-shot you.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices. The darkness has taken you. Galena and Sinfa. Galena and You are lost. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. You're both dead. Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses. The voices took her. They'll take you too. The voices have taken her. The voices will take you. Surrender to the darkness. It's the end. Darkness will take you. The end for you. Take you to your mother. I can't fight it anymore. Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother, to go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Senua, look at me.
Do you hear them? They're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Symbol was right. Everyone will suffer.
Zimbel is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me? you still believe in me, Senua? In us? Come back to me. Please. Don't let this darkness come between us.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Oh. Okay, right. Wickaluna, ETA? Because I know you said dinner was possibly going to be ready by 6, and I should aim for 6, and it is 6, so... I don't know how much of this game we have left is the other thing. On average, this game looked like people played it for about 12 hours, and if that's the case, I've played it for approximately 6 or 7. So... unsure to know, probably, you know... Could be another 2 sessions left of this, maybe? I have no idea. Or it could end, like, right up here. But, like I say, on average, it seemed like it was 12 hours people played. I don't know. Maybe I'm playing better than everyone and I was good at the fights. Doubt it. Because it does say if the rot takes full hold, you lose all your progress, so... I'm wondering if I lose too much. It does look like it's receded some. It didn't look like it's gone back a bit. Voices are back. Yeah, it doesn't quite seem close to the end. I thought maybe right there it was the end, but yeah. Suddenly we're back here.
We're back. We found her. We found you.
So yeah, we might.
Where have you been? Here she is. Don't worry.
Might end up, yeah.
Never have to do this on your own anymore. You need us. We were worried. We're here to help you. You need us. So worried.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far. Go on. Look up.
I know.
Just up there. Listen to us. That's it. Shall we talk to her? Shall we?
We can get up there.
Does she know her way into the mountain?
She's a good girl. Oh, isn't she? Look up. So clever. Did you miss us? Oh, she did. She did.
Are you glad we're back?
She's so glad we're back. Go on. Go up. Go up. Go up into the mountain.
Sure, how? Oh, I didn't even see those stairs. We bit behind schedule, so 40. Oh, okay. So like 40 more minutes. Okay.
Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Sure, I just said that out loud. So are we now? Okay. I guess I could have gotten up here earlier, but the door was sealed because it was red. We'll go a little bit further.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature. A dragon.
Just save right there.
What is it? She can feel it. No. Don't open the door. Don't go in. Don't go back. What's it?
Get back! A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink.
Rude.
What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
I've got to get to the light. Alright, if I step in. Yeah.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No. It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now. But they always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead. No, and that they want me with them. Stop! That's why they crawl through the walls. Don't listen. Do you see them? Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me! Help! Get me out of here! Don't go!
She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
It's like maybe an inherited psychosis.
When her mother lost her smile, her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Sinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
Down or up?
The beast has been here. Everywhere. It must be through here. There's water. Just keep going. She'll have to go under. She can't. She has to. She can't. The torch will go out. The torch go out.
Pass the torch over. Pass the.
She can do it. She can't do it.
I was gonna say.
The
Just,
light's gone out. Run! Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here. What was that?
I say just pass the torch through. You know, hook it on the bar. And pass under.
Again, run. Run and get some trouble to get to it. Stop. Stop. Stay there. Stay in the light. You have to rest here or you'll die. She's stuck. She hasn't found the rooms.
Yeah, like a genetic. Shit.
Have the light. Get to the next light. Just go quick. Run. 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 You must run. Look. Fire. Fire. She has to go towards it. She'll have to go through the darkness. The light. She won't make it. Freya, she's too weak. She will. She has to make it. There's the torch. Take it. It'll keep you safe. See, now she can find the room. She can find it. The light. See it. She has it. Where is it? Now you're free to search. Now yes, it's here. The light will keep us safe. The light will guide you.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Going.
be like a shadow cast. What, really? Oh, because the reflection in the water.
Hidden in plain sight. She has it. You have it. Keep going. Where's the next? Two more to find. I can feel the two more to find. Why are you doing these pointless time? What do you think this is?
Alright, Dark Omen, have a good one.
Meaningless. Your mother's here. What if you collect them and there's nothing behind the door? Save Dillian. This is just another trick. It's just another trick. Just to distract her from her real mission. You think you know, but you don't. Your mother is trying to work anything. Oh, is she?
There we go, that gets us back in here. Let's go up. Can't go up, not here. There's a thing back there.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
Fair point, fair point. Alright. So, now, we can potentially go up here, or the stairs out here too.
Her torch is going out. No, it's not. It's going to run out soon. She hasn't got much time.
Don't say that.
Out. She's too slow. It's not going to run out. The darkness will come again. It's going to still have light. Save it.
You killed us. You killed us.
Wait. Is it actually back here? Oh, it's just right there. Figured I'd have to go further in for that.
She's done it. Well done.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night. The faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
Okay. Which way? This is going to be a labyrinth, isn't it? My torch is going to roll out run out, and then I'm gonna have to like... Oh, no. Never mind. I'm just here. Is this a torch I lit?
The light won't save her now. She can sense it. Fight! End! Stop them! Be ready. Defend yourself. Keep going. Behind you. Focus. Focus. You can't go anywhere without your light. Take the torch and move. The blood. She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's lighting the fire. I need you safe. To keep the darkness. Do you think you can keep away from the shadows? If you light the torch. You're wrong. Burning. Safe.
It's definitely that. Ever since we've gotten to this point, the game has really kind of changed its tone from being, you know, this nice, bright out in the open woods, you know, with dead bodies places, but, you know, now we're kind of deep in this, really just kind of
You have all the roots.
hellish space.
Do you feel it?
But we are in hell.
The beast is crawling into your mind, searching for weakness. It found your mother and used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, that she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
Sewer level elevator fight. Kind of been doing the sewers, it feels like.
Go through the door. It's open. You have to go through.
Okay, it's saved right there, so.
Where is it?
It's a trap. The beast is coming. Stupid baby.
Run away from the beast.
Keep going, don't stop.
What have you done?
No! No!
You've lost it. It's over.
The darkness is back. Lost him. You've lost him. Get out! Get to the light!
Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you take your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zindel while you pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Tilly.
So I isolated her.
I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillion.
That's saved right there. So we'll end it right there. Seems like a good spot. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think we've still got a ways to go. It almost felt like it was the end there, but of course it continued on after her trials. So unfortunately doing that messes up my screen a bit. Let's see. So yes, we'll continue playing this. I don't know exactly on Monday because I've got a key for something, and the key is for a limited time. It's for like 3 months. And I don't know if that 3 months is from the time they give it to me, if it's an actual schedule, or the time I redeem it. But I got something to play. So it will be kind of a bit of a break away from the spooks. But I still want to continue playing this, so we will continue playing this next week. And we'll just kind of see, but we're definitely going to finish this game, because it's good. It's really good. The fights can be kind of frustrating, especially that whole you die and you have to start over, especially if you fought like through waves of enemies and then you just get one that two-shots you and then you got to start over again. It's a bit frustrating, but otherwise, again, the combat feels really good. And again, sorry if early on things were stuttering a bit. I didn't quite catch that, but we seem to have fixed it now. So yeah. So there's a chance I could be back this weekend. Maybe not. I don't know. Could be. Maybe. Never seems to happen. But, so yeah. If I'm not back this weekend, I'll be back on Monday. We'll either continue with this, or we'll play this other game, or start playing this other game I've got. But either way, we will finish Hellblade, so don't worry about that. We will finish it. So, all right, guys. If I don't see you this weekend, hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys this weekend or Monday. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys then.